Can you see us? Can you hear us?
What's up, Rest Friends? It's Iridian.
And Teddy.
And we are the hosts of the Wrestfriends Podcast. How's everyone?
Are?
Yes.
That sounds so cool.
You know, this is so difficult.
She's been here struggling for a while.
Live stream is just a whole other entity. Look. I'm watching us.
But you were doing everything right, Rest Friend. It
Yes.
just wasn't...
There was a little echo the first 5 seconds, but I got it. Last time we were on for like 8 minutes before Sergio was like, guys, I think something's wrong. But yeah, we should all be good to go now. So I feel like there's a sigh of relief. I think we're going to be good. I'm sweating a little bit. You know, the upper lip always just gets a little moist.
My little perfectionist Virgo was getting a little frustrated.
Flustered.
There. I'm just watching like...
Flustered. Like the camera's like, oh, okay, it's on, but it's not on. And then the way that things are organized here, there's a simpler way to do this, Rest Friend.
Oh.
Yeah. This
but
is
you
just
decide to do it.
This is the freeway.
Oh, okay.
There's a simpler way to do this. Apps set everything up and do this. So it's like, I don't know how people on Twitch do it. And that's probably why we're going to take a little while to go on Twitch.
I was going to say, I'm like, what I think we're going to have to learn now.
Yeah, we have to learn. That's going to be my resolution for the next 3 months is to really like
start a Twitch.
Get this and like figure it out. So by 2024, we can start twitching.
I am so down for that.
I know it's not the word.
We can start twitching.
We can start twitching.
Is it not? I think it sounds... I like it.
You can
twitching.
Yeah.
We can start twitching.
Yeah.
I like that, actually.
So, yeah, guys, if you didn't know, if you're listening to the podcast version, we are currently on YouTube live streaming. So make sure that you head over and watch that video too, because I feel like you get a different quality. There's more to it. You can see our faces.
And
that's like... definitely a plus. Definitely. You're like, oh yeah, it's definitely a plus. So let's talk about wrestling, Rest Friend. There has been so much that has been going on, and honestly, I didn't think that we were going to get this much action in the few weeks since our last episode.
Yeah.
Let's start with Adam Cole Bebe.
Okay.
Which I'm wearing the Better Than You Bebe Chicago.
I was about to point that out.
The Chicago edition.
That needs to be bedazzled.
I'm like, I should have got 3 or 4, honestly, because I didn't know it was going to be like a Chicago exclusive.
Yeah.
So I feel like that kind of just, if they would have only told me it's only Chicago, I could have bought all of them. You know how many people were like, oh, well, we want one, but it's only Chicago. So I don't know. Let's talk about my poor Adam
That
Cole.
version, right? Because the regular one has like the MJF.
Yeah.
Whatever you call that
the
pattern,
special,
the scarf pattern thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this one's special. So the Adam Cole injury. So recently Adam Cole announced that he broke his ankle in 3 places. Well, he went on to talk about how like, oh yeah, my ankle exploded. When he said exploded, Rest Friend, I was terrified. Because, okay, so Adam Cole comes out and he's got the biggest cast on his leg that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then he's got a cast on that cast. It was like a little, I don't know, like pedacito de fabric or something.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, man, poor Adam Cole.
I didn't think it was going to be that serious.
Same.
Like a broken ankle? I hadn't, no.
And then they were like replaying how the injury even happened because like when you were watching it live, you couldn't even really tell that something happened.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. I'm looking at one of the comments that
What?
If you're watching Rest Friends right now, definitely leave a comment down in the chat. I don't know if we'll be able to bring it up today. Who knows? I'll figure it out. This is a show where we figure it out as we go. These are learning hurdles, right?
Yeah.
When we are in our own production studio and someone's doing that for us one day, we're going to be like, man, do you remember when we couldn't get the comments on the screen?
That's right. And the person doing it for us is going to be laughing.
And the person's going to be like, haha. The Gen Z who's going to be working for us, they're going to be like, wow.
The Gen Z that's going to be working for us.
Yeah.
Yep. They're going to be making fun of us.
So, yeah, when looking back into the footage, I was like, oh, that doesn't really seem that bad because Adam was still going afterwards. Yeah. But I guess, like, You don't feel it in the moment. Your body's running on adrenaline. And yeah, Adam was like, yeah, basically it's just shattered. What?
I wonder if it's like, not that I've ever gotten shot before, but I've known people that have gotten shot,
Yeah.
and they say that they don't know at the moment. That
moment?
they just feel
They
like
feel
a
it
little
after?
burn or something. They're like, well, I remember this one girl in high school specifically that she got shot on her leg, and she's like, yeah, I didn't feel anything. She's like, I felt like a little burn, but I didn't think too much of it. She's like, until later, someone told her, like, you're bleeding. And then she says that afterward, the pain is crazy.
I'm sure it is.
So I wonder if that's how breaking bones is too. Like, do you feel it right away? Or is it because he was in the moment, obviously working? Like, that's why he didn't really feel it? I don't know. That's crazy, though. I really did not think it was going to be that serious. That's... why is something always happening to Adam Cole, baby?
I feel so bad for him because literally, like, All Out weekend, we saw him signing autographs. He was hanging out with the fans. He was just doing so well. And now he has to have surgery.
He has to have freaking surgery.
I feel so
His
bad for him.
ankle, like...
And a lot of people were like, well, maybe he's faking it. Like, it's like a fake injury or whatever. But Britt Baker put a stop to that really, really quick. She's like, this guy broke his ankle in 3 places on a freak accident. He's still hobbled around on live TV because, as we like to say, the show must go on. Adam Cole gives his entire heart and soul to pro wrestling, which, pause on the tweet right there. How freaking cute are they? How adorable, Wrestfriends.
I know, like, she knew that Adam wouldn't go out on the internet and defend himself.
So she's like,
I love that.
she's like, I got to do this shit for my mans.
That's Sergio and I relationship. We go to a restaurant and his order is wrong. We're that relationship. He'll be like, no, it's fine. I'll be like, no, it's not. That's not what you ordered. Excuse me?
Right here. Excuse me. Yeah. Well, she continues to say that he's one tough cookie.
Aww.
When I was reading that, I almost wanted to cry. And this is just a small bump in the road. He'll be back better than ever, baby, with a little fist. Not this one, the little fist emoji. So, wishing Adam Cole, baby, all the best.
All the freaking best. We love Adam Cole, baby, in this house.
Yeah, this is Adam Cole, baby household. Now, where does this leave the tag team champions?
I know, because there's so much going on now, right? Especially after this week's Dynamite. There's a lot going on. So it's like, with Adam Cole, baby, out, what really is going on?
Yeah. And back to what I said a little earlier about what people were speculating that it was like not a real injury. AEW had to come out and be like, no, surgery is scheduled. Like, you don't know what people think, or I don't know how they thought they were going to play that into the storyline, but very interesting to see that now Adam Cole's injured, and they were originally a tag team that wasn't really meant to go far, but the way that they just caught traction. So now this kind of like puts a little hiccup into the whatever plan that was supposed to be set up for them. So I don't know what they're going to do with that restaurant.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do either.
It's going to be interesting.
Especially after that ending on Dynamite, right?
Let's talk about that ending.
We have to talk about it because obviously it involves Adam Cole, baby, at some point, right?
So what happened on Dynamite, Restaurant?
Jay White got attacked by a bunch of dudes whose faces we couldn't see. We don't even know if it's dudes, right? Just
right. It could be women.
Exactly. Just people in black outfits, turtlenecks, black, everything black, and masks. Yeah. And specifically, the last person that pops up on the camera, they're wearing the devil's mask, which is MJF's mask, right? But everyone on the internet has been going crazy since that night, trying to figure out who it is because it doesn't look like MJF. It doesn't, like the figure, right?
It's too slim.
Too slim for it to be MJF.
Yeah.
And so there's just so many speculations. So Jay White is being attacked. Why is Jay White being attacked? And why are these people not showing their identity? And why are they wearing the devil's mask?
Yeah.
But it's not MJF right now.
Yes. So backtracking a little bit into the promo that MJF and Jay White had, I was a little scared because I was like, I know Jay White. Like, Jay White is scary to me. Jay White is so intimidating.
Okay.
But I feel like Jay White is less intimidating to me than an MJF. Just because I feel like you know what you're going to get with Jay White. You never know what you're going to get with MJF.
I think with MJF, he just has a big mouth, so I get why he's
like a little scarier. It's both intimidating in different ways.
Yes.
So when Jay White came out, I was like, oh my God, MJF's going to get roasted. But I feel like they were pretty level on the promos that they cut. I think that they were
that was very good.
Yeah,
that was very good. They were both very good. At first, it just sounded like MJF was eating up Jay White, and Jay White was just there like listening, just taking it. But then he had some good points too. He had a lot of good things to say. Also, we got to remember Jay White comes from the Bullet Club and New Japan. So this man, like, I really don't know where they're going with this, but it's very exciting.
And that also plays into who could be behind the mask.
Right.
You never know.
Right. And it's like, who are these people? Who's attacking Jay White and why?
Yeah.
Because in my mind, it's like, okay, Adam Cole Bebe is out. What's the point of this? What's going on? What's your speculation?
A lot of people were like, oh, it's probably Adam Cole.
I
with
know.
the fake injury. But I was like, he's got a broken leg. There's no way. So my initial thought, because I was like, well, they're trying to frame Adam Cole because they had, like, I saw something on Twitter where they showed the a promo or something where Adam was like sitting on a chair, and so was, I think they were like in the locker room, and MJF was also there. And then in the back, they had the mask, which I was like, that is so scary, best friend. But my initial thought was, all right, they're trying to frame Adam Cole. Who possibly hates MJF? And my first thought was like, all right, well, who's been one of the most featured people in their storyline would be Roderick Strong.
In the Kingdom, yeah.
I thought that's who it would be, or like one of them.
Yeah.
But then again, that frame was just not as big.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. No, you're right. For it to be Roddy, it definitely isn't. People were saying Ali, since Ali from WWE recently got released, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know, right? If they were to do it, right, I guess it could be anybody. But then when you start thinking like AEW and what's going on right now, like it wouldn't make sense for it to be Ali right now. Other people were saying it was probably Britt Baker.
Some people were saying it was Edge. And I was like, what? Edge and Jay White? What?
Right,
I mean, give it to me, right?
But why?
But yes, I need, if you're going to bring in Edge, which we will talk about, but I was like, Edge right out of the bat to go into that MJF and Jay White storyline, I get it. Edge is huge name, absolutely put him with the top stars. But right out of the gate, just to throw him into the middle of an ongoing feud, I don't know if that's the best choice. I think you have Edge come out and, whoever is the winner of that kind of. But yeah, I don't know. And some people were saying, well, you have to take these guys as kind of like a placeholder. So like the image of somebody beating them up, but it's not going to really be that person. Next week, it can maybe be like a bigger person behind the mask trying to beat them up. Yeah. But then I'm thinking like, what if it's somebody from Bullet Club in New Japan? That's what I thought, too.
Okay, so because of Wrestle Dream, I was also thinking, what if it's someone from New Japan? Because Wrestle Dream is this Sunday. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, we still have Collision, actually Rampage, because I know Rampage was pre-recorded.
Yeah. I think Collision a little bit was pre-recorded, too.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, a little bit.
So we still have that to watch, right? So we don't know what's going to happen. But because of Wrestle Dream, I was like, it could be someone from New Japan. Because, again, they're attacking Jay White. So that's what had me confused. But to me, it kind of would make sense if it was the Kingdom.
I think that would make the most sense.
Yeah.
And then try to place the blame on Adam.
Right. Or
Roddy. Try to place the blame on Roddy.
Or Kyle O'Reilly being back. So he, So, like, is
that would be great.
I know. So it's like, is that
how they're Kyle doesn't join Adam. He joins the Kingdom and Roddy.
And then Adam leaves MJF because
and he's like, well, all my friends are over there. Like,
right. That would be cool. They keep teasing one of them turning on each other. Yeah. So it's gonna happen. I just don't know how they're gonna do that because they keep teasing MJF being, MJF is a little paranoid, right?
He's a little paranoid.
He's never had a great friendship like this with Adam Cole, baby. Yeah. So he probably thinks he's gonna fucking do something to me. And I know Adam Cole, baby, is thinking the same.
Exactly.
But I don't know. They're showing a little something in Adam Cole that I'm just like, ooh, I wouldn't trust him, even though I love him so much. But I wouldn't trust him if I was MJF.
Yeah, that promo where they were on the boat.
Yeah.
And Max was gonna like betray him. And Adam's like, hey, you didn't bring me out here to like throw me overboard, right? And Max like, no. What are you talking about? I would never do that. And then Adam had to explain to him like, it's okay to have other friends. And we also forget that, MJF has not had any other friends in AEW or been visibly in a friendship storyline. So he doesn't know how to act. He doesn't know that it's okay for you to divide up your time to go with like other people.
Right.
So I think that they're playing really, really well into that explanation of like, yes, he's new, he doesn't know what's going on. So you have to teach him to be okay with these situations.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I wonder if it's working, because I know it's working to an extent, right? We kept vulnerable MJF, sort of. I thought it was hilarious how he was calling, they were in Colorado this Wednesday, and he was calling them my pores. He's like, my pores. Like, they're poor people, but they're mine.
They're my pores.
I can't stand him.
Just rubs enough salt in the wound, just a little bit, where you're like, oh my God, that stings.
But okay.
It's okay. It's totally fine. Man. Yeah, some really, really good stuff going on in AEW. And let's talk about Edge. Because is he going to AEW? What's happening?
I know. Those are huge rumors, right?
Rumors.
Because
word on the street.
Because apparently there's wrestlers in AEW that believe he's going to go there. Wrestlers in WWE that believe he's going to go there. So my only thing is I can't wait to see when and where they're going to put him in. Is he going to start working with Christian or
you
not?
have to start him working with Christian.
Right?
There's no way. Especially Christian is champion right now. There's no way you don't bring Edge in with Luchasaurus and Christian. That would be amazing. And then when Luchasaurus turns on, I guess they would have to have Luchasaurus turn on Christian first, right? And then you bring out Edge.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That would be great. I don't care if they're supposed to be heels.
I don't care either.
Ooh, just thinking. I don't think they would have the song right, but just thinking like, you think you know me.
You think you know me, Dad. I feel like Mikey Ruckus, the guy who makes the music, I feel like he could play off of some of that like familiarity.
I've seen the tweets of people,
right?
Of people making some stuff up. I think they'll have something great, hopefully. But oh my gosh, best friend,
or like the lyrics or something, like say rated R or something, then you know immediately like, oh my God, it's Edge.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be huge.
Oh, just even thinking about it, I have no words.
It's just like having Christian and Edge back together. Oh my God, it gets me so cheesy.
And of course, that first, maybe not the first feud, but that pay-per-view match has to be them against Jeff and Matt, right?
We're gonna have to see them against the Hardys. I don't care how people feel, what people feel about the Hardys nowadays. I know that there's not a lot of fans anymore. They're saying that they need to stop. I am a huge believer of, if they want to keep working, they can keep working. Who the fuck am I to tell them to stop? I like seeing them when we go to a show here in AW. I mean, when we go to a show here in Chicago, an AW show, and the Hardys come out, we pop.
We pop always
because we love them so much.
I was going to say something that was going to make them sound so old. I don't want to say it.
Oh.
I was going to say they're like, their history, like, not in the bad way. I'm so sorry,
legends.
Jeff and Matt. Like, you guys are literally everything in wrestling. Jeff and Matt are such staples in wrestling that even people who didn't watch wrestling knew who the Hardys were.
Exactly.
They knew who Jeff Hardy was. They knew who Matt was. Same thing with Edge and Christian.
Exactly.
They really surpassed that level of WWE at that time.
Yeah.
So, household names, TBH. Household names, and that has to be a pay-per-view match.
Ooh.
There's no way that's not main eventing. If you don't main event Christian and Edge and the Hardys, you're losing money.
Yeah.
Oh
you know
my
what
God.
else I'm excited about besides having like Edge come and work with Christian? Okay, them working together and all the dream matches, not just for us watching at home, but for the wrestlers whose dream this is. The Young Bucks going against Edge and Christian, they would probably shit their pants.
Then it has to be FTR.
And
also
then it has
following
to be FTR. You know, all
Best
these
Friends.
That would be amazing. The cheesy smile.
I think they would love to work with Best Friends.
Oh, they would definitely work with Best Friends.
Oh my God. Them against Daddy Magic and Ange.
Cool Hand Ange. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's so many cool matches and people that I know would be like, oh my God, this is my dream. I watched you guys growing up. So cute, Best Friends.
Yeah. And they can still work. They are in top shape. And Christian cracks me up because you remember when he posted that picture of like him and his abs, and people were like, he was like, oh, well, I wrestle with the turtleneck on because I would put these other wrestlers to shame. I was like, Christian!
Best Friend, you were like, I know that's right.
That's it. Snaps. You said it, not me, Christian.
No, I seriously love that he is putting it out there. Like, people didn't believe in me, but look at me.
Look at me now.
I love that. I love that shit because look at him.
He's amazing.
He is.
So that's what I'm hoping. If Edge does show up to AEW, that needs to be the immediate pay-per-view, the immediate connection. You can't just have Edge come out by himself. I mean, you can, but...
I mean, you can, but like, why?
That's not as fun. That's not as fun when you could literally have them turn on each other later. So... Can
you... If they do have Edge coming out with Christian or for Christian, can you imagine Tony Khan in the back? I know he'd be marking out just like all of us.
Tony Khan?
Like, oh my gosh.
I just picture Tony with his little cowboy hat. Do you remember? Little cowboy hat? Boom. That'll be the clip that I put on Instagram. Boom. The little Tony with the... in between Christian and Edge.
Con su sombrero.
And then us in the back. Cheering and being happy. Yeah.
Oh, we would be so happy.
Man, so many rumors. So talking about Edge going to WWE, let's talk about somebody from AEW who went to WWE.
Yes.
Did I say Edge going? Yeah, right?
You said WWE.
Okay.
And that's why I said AEW.
Yes.
It's okay, restaurant, we get you.
Okay, because I was like, wait. There's people everywhere, okay? So Jade was recently pictured at the Performance Center. She got some amazing shots, and ESPN made the announcement, which I thought was big.
That's huge.
Because it wasn't WWE making it, ESPN.
Yeah.
Which... big props to Jade because I feel like she's getting star treatment.
Yeah, for sure.
Star treatment.
And they're even still mentioning it and bringing it up that they signed her. That's huge because who have they done that for?
Exactly.
Right? It's like they didn't even have this huge announcement for when The Rock came back.
Yes.
So getting Jade, I know for them was like,
big.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I know that for them felt like, holy shit.
And of course, a big factor that plays into that is because she was in AEW.
Right.
I don't think if Jade was on Impact, they'd be like, hey, we just signed Jade. There's no way.
Yeah.
Their biggest competition right now is AEW. And they're like, all right, we got another one. I think that's what they were thinking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she did have a tryout with them right back in, actually, I don't remember the year, but she had a tryout. She said no to whatever offer they gave her. Then she did AEW, brought herself up, and now she's ready for WWE, which is, you know what? I fucking love that for her. Sorry for cursing, but I love it for her because she's always said that she wanted her name to be big, right? She wanted to make something huge out of it. She wanted to be a star, and we all know she had the potential.
Yeah.
And when there was rumors, we were all like, okay, of course it would happen. Why not? ESPN announcing that was just, I can't get over that. I can't get over that for her.
Yeah.
Love that for her. The dream matches, best friend. She's already mentioned people she wants to go against. Jeez. And again,
Jade
exciting.
Just brings in such a star factor.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a long time since WWE has had like a big name, and you can say Jade is a big name.
Yes.
I don't think... I guess probably the last woman who made this much of an impact was probably when they signed Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, for a signing.
So very interesting about what possible dream matches could happen. My first thought was Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair. It's just, oh my God. And then someone else said Rhea Ripley. Oh my God.
Rhea Ripley. I would love to see Bayley. Charlotte. Oh,
yeah.
All the powerhouses. Charlotte, Natty. There's so many dream matches. And I think Jade did very well in AEW. Like her, I do wish Tony would have put her for the main belt for the AEW Women's Championship.
Yeah.
I'm so sad he didn't do that, but whatever the heck they're gonna have her doing WWE, I know it's gonna be huge.
I really need them not to mess this up.
Yes.
This whole situation of them signing Jade had me thinking about Trinity and Mercedes.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm wondering how, I guess Trinity would be the most likely to return to WWE right now as opposed to Mercedes.
Trinity, yeah.
But
I mean, Mercedes.
Yeah, but Mercedes, I feel like, is more on the way towards AEW right now. So that's making me wonder if Trinity is also on that same boat after she's got her run. but they really cannot fumble the bag with this. With Jade. And I don't think that they will.
I hope not.
Because, again, like I said, she's just such a big star. She was having WrestleMania entrances in AEW for her pay-per-view. So could you imagine you give her a WrestleMania, what she's going to come up with?
Yeah. Oh my God. Her looks are WrestleMania every single time she came out.
Yeah.
So, the Royal Rumble.
I really hope that she comes up at the Royal Rumble.
That's when you want her debut?
Yeah. Because I don't think it's
too gonna be sooner.
I want to say there's a NXT show. Oh, let's talk about where do you think she's gonna go? Do you think she's gonna be main roster or NXT?
I think main roster.
Okay. Yeah. Some people were like, oh well, if they need the numbers for NXT, they might just put her in NXT and just give her the title, have her be a strong champion. But then who's the current champ right now?
Right.
So you got to take the title off of Becky,
right,
which you immediately put her in a big feud. People are going to watch NXT to see Becky versus Jade. There's no way you wouldn't watch that.
Absolutely.
I don't watch NXT. I am watching NXT.
Right. I don't watch NXT anymore, but we would watch her for that.
We would watch it for Jade. That's crazy.
You know what? That's a very good. Yeah, I like that.
And you do get to showcase her. You give her more time because there's not that big of a roster compared to like a Monday Night Raw or the SmackDown.
Because wrestling is different in AEW and WWE. There are things that I know she would have to learn and possibly unlearn, because I know WWE has a couple like we don't do that here.
So let's teach you a different way to do things. Yeah. And I do I was glad when I saw the pictures at the PC, because I was like, Mr. William Regal is there. He's probably like training her and coaching her. And then I always have that video. I don't know if you've seen it. That video in my mind of William Regal yelling at people in the ring. And he's like, you can't do that. He's like, he literally, I've never seen him like this. And I was so scared. But then the only person he didn't yell at who did the job right was Bianca. Oh. And I was like, I know that's right, Bianca. I know.
Best friend, how do you feel about what she said? Because I thought it was really, really sweet that she mentioned how Cody basically like opened that door for her.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that comment? Because I thought that was very sweet. I think Cody got, and he keeps getting a lot of, I was going to say a bad word. A lot of
shit. Cody gets a lot of shit.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it then. Shit, yeah. I guess I can say a lot of shit from fans, right? Talking about how his move from AEW just wasn't worth it, or that they're fumbling the bag with him in WWE, or they just have a lot of bad things to say about him. But then here comes Jade and says, because of this man, that he showed us that it was okay to make the move from AEW to WWE. It was a huge thing. How do you feel about that? Because you're a Cody fan, and again, I don't know, just seeing that comment from her after seeing all the bad things that fans have to say about Cody, I was like, oh, that was very sweet. And Ricky has said it as well. Ricky Starks.
Which we will get to Ricky Starks. So I also think he's next best friend.
You think he's I have this tiny little feeling too that he would definitely
absolutely think he's next. And I think they're probably just waiting on his contract.
Yeah.
Because I think he's like in the last couple months. And yeah, oof. I think Ricky's next. Which, good for Ricky if he does.
Good for Ricky if they're gonna utilize him.
If they're gonna utilize him, yeah.
As he deserves to be utilized.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, I'm really glad that Jade said that. I think that was really sweet of her. And yeah, Cody Rhodes was a huge example of what you could be in the WWE. I understand. I'm still salty that he did not win at WrestleMania. Yeah. Totally salty. Do I think he's been utilized to the highest level? Absolutely not. But he's got the highest merch numbers in WWE. Every week, there is not a single time where an Instagram clip or a YouTube clip pops up where Cody Rhodes is not signing autographs. Every single show. Where he's not signing his little weight belts, where he's not meeting somebody, where he's not staying after the shows to greet people. You are not telling me that Cody Rhodes is not over when he's literally a star in WWE. I get it. Not in the WrestleMania match. He's, but he's having these pay-per-view matches. He's fighting with Brock Lesnar, with Seth Rollins. These are not no-name people.
Yeah.
Like, these are not, no one's on the roster.
Yeah.
These guys have history. So Cody Rhodes, I think, is successful right now in the WWE.
Yeah, I agree. I just think there's so many fans that expect every single match to be huge. Doesn't matter the wrestler, or I guess if a wrestler is, if it's a big name wrestler, I guess they expect for them to always, every big name wrestler to be the main event, every big name wrestling to be going against each other. They don't want any big name wrestlers to have matches with wrestlers that are not as big. I see it in AEW and I see it in WWE, both. So when there's so much criticism around Cody, like, oh, why is he working with Dominic? What do you mean, why is he working with Dominic?
The biggest heel right now, like, in the biggest faction in WWE right now.
Like, what is so wrong with that? That is what.
But if he would have gone against Damian Priest, people would have also been like, Damian Priest, Mr. Money in the Bank? What do you like?
Senor Money in the Bank?
Senor Money in the Bank? What do you mean?
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy because right now you think of like, okay, well, Cody's doing all this backstage stuff. Do you know who else was doing all that stuff? John Cena. Do you remember anytime John Cena comes, he's like, signing autographs. Like, literally, it's a machine. You guys need to go watch these videos because Cody is money right now.
Yeah.
And
his dog has a plush in the WWE shop. Like, you can't get any bigger than that. Your dog has a plushie. Like, that's cute.
My goodness. Okay, so we have a comment. So I love Ricky, but can't see him as a WWE star. I think Triple H and especially Vince will think he's too small and that he should be a manager. Well, he's got his manager's license right now, right? He'd maybe be a litmus test of how they treat smaller guys. Interesting.
Yeah, that is why I said that if they utilize him right, because even though we see Ricky Starks as a star, will WWE see him as a star?
Yeah. I think definitely him coming in, you're not going immediately after the world title.
Right.
I think that maybe I'm trying to think of what the mid title is first. Trying to think of
U.S. Intercontinental.
That's why the Gunther's. Which one is Gunther's title? That one.
It's Intercontinental, right?
Yeah, I think so. Probably. I'm so sorry, guys. We don't watch WWE, and here we are chatting about WWE. Trying to figure it out on the spot. But look at what Gunther has made that title. It's literally kind of like I was gonna say the All Atlantic, but it's not that anymore, right?
No, it's the international
champ. Yeah.
Which
why are there
weird.
so many title names?
I know. Why can't it just be called?
Jesus.
The everyone's title.
Everyone's title.
I'm joking.
Tony,
that's even worse.
Tony Khan don't
listen to us. Oh my goodness. You know what? I think whether Ricky stays there or he goes to WWE, he is going to work his freaking ass off.
Absolutely.
To become that star that he wants to become. Because, oh my God, I can see why you think he's probably next. You could kind of see a little bit of frustration, right?
Absolutely
like
next.
He's just wants to do more and he's just being held back. I don't know.
So first of all, Cody loves Ricky.
Right.
And Ricky loves Cody.
Right.
And that was the first person to jump ship,
you know
right?
who else he loves? Bailey. I know they're like besties.
And Jade.
Right.
That's his
Jade.
other bestie. So you're not going to tell me you got 3 besties over there. And Ricky has been backstage at pay-per-views, at WWE shows.
We should ask him, do you tend to feel FOMO? If he says yes,
FOMO?
We know he wants to go.
All I'm going to say, the camera's out of focus. Why are you out of focus, sir? There we go. So all I'm going to say is in that meet and greet, when I was like, oh my God, I can't wait till you're champ.
That meet and greet.
I can't wait till you're champ, Ricky. And he was like, WWE champ? I was like, oh, Ricky. So he's got his eye.
Oh, after he told you smell good?
Yeah, after. I didn't want to smell bad in front of Ricky Starks.
You didn't smell bad.
And I didn't smell bad. That's a plus. This is why, okay, we'll talk about our deodorant later. But
we always
the
deodorant about the
issue.
Deodorant, okay?
Yeah, I think I want to say Ricky's next. Ricky's absolutely next. There's no way that he's, maybe not next year, but there's no way that Ricky Starks will not end up in WWE.
Yeah.
There's too much on the line. And I get it.
In this life, yeah, we have to see Ricky.
In AEW, I get it. There's so many opportunities for the wrestlers, and creatively, there's just so much that can be done. But there is no way they are on the scale of WWE.
I just think there's some wrestlers that would just do so good in WWE. Mm-hmm. And Ricky Starks is one of them, just like Jade was one of them. Mm-hmm. Ricky Starks is another one. That's how I feel. That's the way that I see things. Yeah. To me, AEW is great. It's just that there's just a huge difference between them and WWE. WWE is just, lots of entertainment. And AEW is not on that level. Yeah. And again, there are wrestlers that I can see being such entertainers, and Ricky's one of them.
Yeah, and not saying that AEW won't get to that level of WWE, but it's just not there.
It's just, of course not. I
don't see it in like 5 years. Do you think they'll, 10 years?
Not.
15 years.
I think when it comes to like being known and ratings and all of that.
The way that WWE was just monopolized everything for so long.
Yes.
Like, they really do have, look at how many pay-per-views they run, how many house shows they run, how much talent they have, how much merch they're selling, where they're going. They're literally a machine. And now with this merger that they had, it's going to take a lot for someone else to come close to that.
Outside of the business, because it's not like I know anything about business, but outside of that, I feel like the biggest thing that WWE has that AEW doesn't is the years.
Absolutely.
Years, because no matter how many more years AEW runs for, we, like so many of us wrestling fans, have been watching this since we were little. And what were we watching? WWE. And that's what WWE has that AEW doesn't. A lot of people don't watch wrestling anymore. They know who WWE is, but not AEW. Yeah. I think that is like the advantage that WWE has, besides the business side, besides the money, the fact that they're now owned by a whole other company.
A massive company,
which is why another reason why Jade's signing is so huge, because she was the first one to be signed under, what is it, TKO? That's what they call it? Something like that. Them UFC
with Endeavor,
Ooh. We'll see, Wrestfriend, right?
We will see.
We will definitely see. We got another comment.
Oh yeah, I get it. Ricky looks like he smells good.
He does look. Does he, Wrestfriend? He does look like he smells good.
I didn't smell him.
Like there wasn't like a cologne or anything like that.
Like a scent. Yeah. It's okay. So let's talk about deodorant, guys. Everyone should wear it. And if you're gonna buy floor seats at a show, you can't tell me that you don't have $3 for deodorant. Men.
And we're gonna go a little bit deeper than that. Wash your armpits. Take a shower.
Take a shower, please, before the show and after the show, please.
Please. But yes, like I sometimes you can smell that it's deeper than just deodorant. Like, you guys need to shower. You need to wash your armpits. You need to wash every other crevice.
Something a little stronger, right? Like that.
And definitely wear deodorant. Yes. Yes.
Interessante. I was going to bring up one of the tweets. So Lo on her story, on her tweet.
Yeah.
On her Twitter. Jesus. She put up like boy wrestling math, right? So I did a comment and it was literally about deodorant, right? So she's like, what's wrestling fan math? And I said, boy wrestling fan math is buying floor seats, but not deodorant. Why did it get over 1,000 likes?
Really?
Got over 1,000 likes, 157 retweets, and 27 comments.
Because everyone agrees.
Let me just...
Except the ones that don't wear deodorant, I guess.
Let me talk about the quotes. Literally, the horror stories that are in the quotes, if you go on my Twitter right now, guys, and see, it's terrifying. Terrifying. Someone said, I always thought this was like a stereotype myth, but some of those dudes on the way home from All In had me wanting to buy a gas mask at the service stop.
Oh, I heard it's worse in Europe. I heard it's worse on that side of the ocean.
So we're talking about the folding chairs. He said, the first time my boyfriend took me to a wrestling show, I know he wanted to kill me because I didn't tell him people stink.
Oh. At All Out, the people behind us, behind us, every single time they were clap or something, it smelled so bad. I had never smelled
a smell like that.
A smell like that. I don't think I ever have at a wrestling show. I've smelled bad people. I have.
Yeah.
But to that extent where the people behind you, every time they lift their arms or just to clap, it stinks so bad. And it sucked because, you know, we were in the first row, and we were able to, when the wrestlers were, we were able to get up and go to like the barricade, right? And then they would always try to beat Sergio to it. And it's like, hey, get your stinky ass out of here. Seriously.
Get your stinky stuff out of here. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Why are people so against hygiene?
You got these expensive replica belts on you. You got floor seats, but you can't put on deodorant and wash your armpits. Like, at least grab a baby wipe. Wipe it.
Do something.
Then put on some deodorant. I don't know. It's because, I don't know. I guess just wear deodorant. I was going to say more, but.
Moral of the story. Yes.
We're not their mama's best friend. We shouldn't have to be on here telling people to put on deodorant.
Exactly. Okay, let's move on. Somebody who probably smells nice is The Rock, because I know he got money. So let's talk about The Rock. He made his return to SmackDown along with Pat McAfee, which I had missed Matt McAfee.
Matt McAfee.
I had missed Pat, so it was nice to see him. And yeah, The Rock returned, Wrestfriend.
Yeah, Wrestfriend. That was crazy.
Right?
Like, I know people were, like, speculating it because he did come out on Pat McAfee's show, right?
I didn't think it was going to happen.
They were having that same day in the same city or whatever. So people are like, The Rock is in the same city as WWE. Yeah. And I know at the back of your head, you were still like, okay, but it's not going to happen. Yeah. And it happened. I was literally at the gym on the treadmill, and I was like, holy shit, because that's one of the channels that they actually show.
That they play? Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm so glad no one heard me.
I'm going to see if I can put the little Ricky comment on there. See if it pops up.
Yes.
Let's see. Because Ricky does look like he
does look like he smells good.
I need to, I don't want to mess with that. But like at the same, oh, there we go. No, maybe.
Yes.
Not live. Well, it didn't happen. Sorry. I was very much like you, like speculating, like, okay, I've heard that The Rock probably is going to come back. I was like, there's no way. They're probably just save him to the main event. And then I was sitting on my couch, 7 o'clock rolls around, and I said, damn, SmackDown is starting. And I was like, let me just put it on. Let's see what happens. And then Pat comes out, and I was like, oh, man, Pat's out there. And Austin Theory's in the ring with him. And as soon as Pat McAfee said, this is the People Show, I was like, it's done. It's a done deal.
You see, I couldn't hear that. I couldn't hear what was going on. So I literally just all of a sudden just see his like bald little thing pop up on the Titantron, and I was like, holy shit. Literally out loud, just because I know it's a huge thing for WWE and WWE fans, like The Rock.
The Rock,
so I know people were excited. I'm like, I know that pop was loud. And yep, when I got home and I saw the video,
that was
like,
so loud.
So loud. And can you also imagine people backstage? Because we saw so many wrestlers with their Rock pictures, right?
Yeah.
So I was just picturing, like, I just picture all of them back there, like, oh,
like, oh my God, it's The Rock.
Yeah. That's how I would be with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh my God. I bet you he's such a great guy.
Oh, I think he would love us, Wrestfriends.
He would love us. He would think we're hilarious.
Would he?
Yeah, absolutely. He would think we're hilarious. Some people in the roster, I don't think would think that we are funny.
Oh, no. There's a lot of people that wouldn't like us.
But Stone Cold, I feel like we could have him giggle.
I think we could have him giggle, too. You're right. You're right.
You know who would, like, literally think we're comedians? Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They would absolutely love us.
I think they would love us. Yeah, I think we would be their favorites.
They'd be like, no, we're not getting on the community bus if Wrestfriends aren't on there. We have to sit next to them. If not, book us a flight.
The community bus.
The community bus.
Nosotros ahí like.
Y nosotros, okay. We'll go.
I love when we talk about this. We always have conversations in private just talking about what wrestlers would love us. And who we'll talk about, oh, we're going to be best friends with these people. And Edie will say, we're going to babysit their kids.
I know. We're going to babysit their kids. They're going to invite us to the barbecues.
They're going to invite us to the barbecues.
To the beach trips.
Oh my God, imagine being invited to Adam Kobe's barbecue and Britt Baker's.
Oh my God.
We just get there with our guacamole and chips restaurant?
With our guacamole and like, I don't know. We can make something else.
Salsa? What else are they going to want from us?
For sure.
That's what they're going to ask. Watch.
Yeah.
Iridian Teddy, can you bring the guac and salsa?
Bring the spices.
Be like, I could bring frijoles. They're going to be like...
They're going to be like, no, that's not going to cut it.
We want guac and salsa.
That's not cutting it, yeah.
Best friend, we got to be real.
Yeah, I don't know if The Rock would be as...
I don't know if The Rock would invite us.
I think The Rock would be like nice to us, though.
I think he would be nice, but I feel like he would just see us like everyone else. Like, oh, hi, bye.
Yeah. Well, John Cena said hi, bye, basically to him.
Did he?
Yeah, he was backstage, and he goes up to him, and they look at each other, and I was like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? I don't know. And then I guess John was like, welcome back or something, and then they like bro hugged it out, and that was it.
Oh.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. People thought it was a big deal. I was like, okay. It wasn't a big deal to me. It's okay.
It wasn't
No.
like The Rock, John Cena, like.
But also, like, I didn't grow up watching The Rock.
I wasn't a fan of The Rock. Yeah, that is my thing.
It's like,
I thought it was only one restaurant.
I think I completely missed The Rock. I think I might have seen a couple of matches with him, and then then he was a movie star. I watched
he was
him
in Jumanji.
What was he in? Scorpion King or something?
What is that?
The one with the long hair when he's got the wig, the long wig. You didn't see
I
that
don't
one?
think so.
I watched that movie like 24 times when I was a kid. I don't know. My dad loved that movie.
Yeah,
I want to say it was Scorpion King. Somebody in the comments, if you know what I'm talking about, please confirm or deny. But
I feel like I just know him on Jumanji.
he was in Jumanji?
Didn't he redo Jumanji?
Oh, yeah. I was like,
yeah, not the original Wrestfriends.
I was like, Wrestfriends, I've seen Jumanji so many times. There's no way.
No.
No, I didn't watch Jumanji. The new one.
No, me neither.
Scorpion. And I still haven't, I don't think I've seen anything. The most recent thing that I saw of The Rock was probably...
Oh, he was in those race car movies. The Fast
and the Furious. Not the race car movies, Wrestfriends.
It's because I don't know what...
Yeah, Scorpion King.
Oh, I don't think I've watched that.
Really?
Was that like him fresh out of WWE?
I think this is probably his like big first... When did this come out? Yeah, the first movie-ish. 2002.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was crazy.
You were small, Wrestfriend.
Yeah, Wrestfriend. I was like 7.
Okay.
Yeah, probably 6 or 7. Interessante.
Okay, yeah, no, you were small. That's definitely why you don't really care for The Rock.
We all know his best film is The Tooth Fairy. That is a great movie.
I did watch that one.
The Tooth Fairy. It was so good. That one was really, really good. What else has he been in? Hold on. Now I gotta look at The Rock's history.
I feel like he was in... Maybe that's the one I was thinking about, Tooth Fairy. He was in one where he was babysitting too. Was it Tooth Fairy?
Oh, the most recent thing that I saw him in was Black Adam.
Oh, you did watch that?
Mm-hmm. He was in Jumanji, Fast and the Furious, Moana. Duh. Literally, the amount of times I sing "You're Welcome."
Yeah.
That, oh my God, if I ever met The Rock, that would be, and not even a WWE question. Like, I would have been like, talk to me about Moana. Because that soundtrack, Lin-Manuel Miranda, banger after banger. Like, there's no way. I just want to know how he prepped his vocal cords.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I could also relate that to like, oh, well, I do voiceover. Like, talk to me about like that. Like, I feel like I could kind of jump off on that. But yeah. Oh, he was also in San Andreas, where like the world is ending.
LA,
I saw
right?
that one.
Yeah.
That one was good. Fast and Furious 6. Fast and Furious 7.
Oh,
Fast and Furious 8.
Oh. Is he in all of them? Isn't John Cena in them now too?
Yeah. I think they needed more stars. So they were like, oh my God, just throw another person in there.
John Cena.
Get Smart. I did watch Get Smart with Steve Carell.
Oh, no.
And what's her name? Oh my goodness. Anne Hathaway.
No, I didn't watch that.
Gridiron Gang. Did you watch Gridiron Gang? That one was good, yeah. The Mummy. My dad also watched The Mummy.
I didn't watch that one.
Do you know how much I watched Destiny's Child? That's how many times my dad watched The Mummy.
Oh.
And he still watches it to this day. Just like I do with Destiny's Child, and I'll still watch it.
No, Wrestfriend. I don't even think I've heard of that.
Really?
Yeah, no.
That was actually a good movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so The Rock has been in a lot of...
Well, The Rock was in the movie, but he wasn't the star. The star was, oh my God, what's that guy's name? George of the Jungle.
Brandon Fraser?
Yes. He was the star.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why you gotta watch it, right? I want to say that's that one. People are gonna be like, these bitches don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. No, it was Brendan. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He played the main person.
Oh, he still comes out in The Mummy Returns. Okay. No, I have not seen that one.
Yeah. Vivo is also a massively underrated film. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, me neither.
Interesting. But thank you so much for the comment. We appreciate it. We appreciate you sticking around. Snap, grapple, pop.
Snap, grapple, pop.
Snap. That was a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's early, guys. So if you're joining us on this Friday morning, we're having coffee. We're having technical difficulties. Sergio hasn't said anything yet. So he's asleep, he's working, or he's not watching.
He sent me a text message that he was trying, but he was sleepy. So he works tonight. So
well, he can have us on in the background like ASMR.
He probably does, Fresh Friend.
So I'd be like,
lie to you.
You know what? He probably, we probably put him to sleep, TBH.
Wake him up with our laughs.
Yeah.
We put him to sleep.
Put him to sleep to
in a good way, in a
him.
bad way. Like
Both.
our voice is so soothing, or no, these bitches
He's
are
like,
boring.
oh my God, I already know all of this. He's like, they don't even know any of my scoops.
True. Best friend, I keep telling him, come with me whenever you're off. Come with me to record so that you can be there. You're giving us all this chisme because best friend, we be talking about wrestling all the time because
you know what I need him to do throughout the week? Just send me little clips of himself talking into the camera with little scoops of like, oh my God, best friend, this is the Sergio sanctuary or something.
We need to start a group chat where Sergio can send you either voice messages or videos of his wrestling.
And then I'll insert them and be like, okay, this is what Sergio has to say this week. Boom. And then run it. And then with a little picture of Sergio.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You
That
know
would be like our most viewed segments.
Everyone would skip to that part. Okay,
like, what's Sergio talking about? Interesting.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
duh. Also a massively underrated Lin-Manuel Miranda film. Duh. So sorry. Yeah.
I thought totally. LMM was like the name of an independent like film company or whatever. I was like, okay.
I said, you know your movies.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Oh my God. Yeah, The Rock. Okay, so what else, restaurant? What else do you want to bring up?
Oh my gosh, restaurant! There's so much going on. We're gonna have Wrestle Dream this Sunday.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of matches that were already announced for that. You know, I'm super excited for Hangman versus Swerve. People were asking also, why did they have them do their contract signing for the main event? I thought it was very necessary because of the way that they're obviously trying to build Hangman back up and this Hangman and Swerve match, right? Friend, I want to know, because we all know how I feel about that. I want to know what you feel about that. What do you think about Swerve and Hangman going against each other?
Yeah, I think it's a good pair up. I think it's really, really good. I like Swerve. I think he can move really well in the ring. Same thing with Hangman. So I think that's going to be a top match right out of the gate. But the contract signing itself, I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I definitely think that it helped elevate the story between them because we hadn't seen them interact much.
Right.
So I think that the more interaction we can get, not just promos behind the scenes, but they need to be there with each other. Like, so we can see, okay, how do they kind of move around each other? Like, what's the vibe? And I think I got the vibe now. Okay. Like, they laid down that foundation. I'm like, okay, now I'm ready for the match.
Yes. I think my favorite thing about this whole thing is that Swerve is bringing out Hangman's
it's a different side. Yeah.
He's bringing out
Hangman was angry
side.
I was like, Hangman.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
So freaking much. The slap, when Swerve slapped Hangman, I was like, oh. I was ready for that.
Also, I did not expect that slap. That really caught me off guard. I was like, there's no way you just hit Hangman.
Hangman played that so well.
Yeah.
He took it so well. I loved it. I loved the whole thing. But I'm excited for Wednesday, Rest Friend. It's like, oh my God, another pay-per-view? Tony Khan, you're a crazy man. But at the same time, I want to see if anything he's just going to happen like Edge. I don't know.
Interesting. Interessante. There's literally so many possibilities right now. And
when is Mercedes coming? Like, is this where Mercedes is coming back?
Is her foot better? I'm just waiting because people are like, oh, she's coming out. But like, last time we saw her, her whole foot was like Adam Cole, baby.
Right. Yeah. You're
literally just like that.
You're right.
So I just need a picture of her standing and then I'll be like, she's coming next week.
I think it'll be very soon. I do think it'll be very soon because apparently she was ready. Almost.
Yeah.
I forgot.
And I know it was supposed to happen earlier. I think like Forbidden Door, right? And then something happened Forbidden Door. I don't remember. Like the first Forbidden Door.
Well, that was the plan for for her to have a match at Forbidden Door, but then she got injured. We thought All In maybe, but then no, she was still, just in the audience.
Yeah. So. And even then, she still had her cast on.
Yeah, that's what she had the cast on. Yeah, you're so right. Oh, well, let me go through the AEW Instagram. Let's see if there's anything we got to talk about. Is there
anything for Mercedes? No, I think we're interesting. I'm excited about Zack Sabre Jr. I'll tell you that.
I know you are.
Oh, my God.
I know you are.
I'm a new Zack Sabre Jr. fan, and to have him go against one of my favorites, Bryan Danielson, it's just, oh my God.
Oh, friend, that match.
It's gonna be so good.
So exciting. Have you gone back to watch matches of his in like New Japan or something? Just because you need to hear his commentary more. You know what I mean? Like he is hilarious. He's hilarious, best friend.
You know what? I have not seen him a lot on the mic. I think the last time that I saw him wrestle in person was in Vegas at a GCW show.
Yeah.
And he did talk on the mic, and I was like, yeah, he's so funny. But the way that he was wrestling, like, I was just like, this is it. Zack Sabre Jr. Like,
I meant his commentary during his matches. During his matches, yeah, he's hilarious. But I see him being on your top 5.
On my top 5?
The more he comes, yeah, for sure, best friend.
Man,
for sure. But I mean, I feel like there's not much to talk about, like big things.
Well, if you guys have anything last minute thoughts in the comments before we log off, definitely put them down below, and we'll talk about them. But it's gonna be an exciting next couple weeks in wrestling with the looming debut of Jade Cargill. With probably, are they gonna keep Jade? Are they gonna keep Jade Cargill? What are you thinking?
I feel like they're leaving just Jade.
I think I feel like they would too.
They would drop Cargill, yeah.
Yeah.
I also think Jade isn't 100% done with AEW. I feel like that's another person that has the potential to
use that for leverage.
Go back, someday.
Because she signed a multi-year contract. I want to say that probably means 3, right?
3, right? I think minimum. It's 3. Yeah. Wow.
So much.
Also,
so many
what a
things.
flex saying, I don't need the money. That's not what I'm here for.
That is wild. She literally was like, I don't need the money. This is what I want in my heart. She's like, something that would keep her satisfied. And like, what a crazy thing. Like, you have such a love for something. You're like, oh, I don't need the money. I'm doing this because I love this, because I believe in myself. Like, this is what I want.
And how she brings up her daughter. She's doing it for her daughter. Make a big name for her daughter. Like, I think
for her legacy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I'm really excited. That's probably what I'm most excited is Jade.
Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her. If you're watching Jade, love you, girl.
All the women restaurant. We're gonna go to Impact. We're gonna go to Bound for Glory, and we're so excited to see Trinity. We're so excited to see something different because all we've gone to is AEW shows.
Yeah, AEW shows. That's what we've been high on. But yeah, Impact is coming up.
Impact is coming up.
We're gonna see Will Ospreay and Mike Bailey. That's gonna be crazy, crazy stuff. But yeah, I'm super excited. Alrighty, Rest Friend, where can our listeners and viewers find us on social media?
We are on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestfriends. You can go on our bio, and we have our link tree on there that has the link to every single Wrestfriends content you want to see.
Yes. And yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking around with us, for watching. If you're listening to the podcast, thank you so much. Make sure you can go to YouTube and subscribe and leave comments. It really helps with the algorithm and just getting our videos out there to people. So thank you guys so much. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.